Hey guys, what's going on? Ryan Small here. Super excited to talk to you guys briefly, basically about why did I decide to leave the U.S. Also, I know some expats or some individuals who are planning to be expats. Just had some questions about about what I've done. How did I make the move? How did I make the transition? What made me decide to do it? So I'm just going to talk, a little bit about my experiences and things of that nature. So first and foremost, I give you a little bit of backstory about myself. I went to college for television, film, and radio. So during that time, I worked in all three industries. I worked in radio in New York, Houston, and Atlanta. And from there, I picked up a camera and I started working with a variation of different companies, organizations like Major League Baseball, Centric, the OWN Network. I worked on political ads and campaigns. I worked for, I did video for international based companies. I got a chance to travel and film. So for me, I felt like I was successful. The job that I had and the career that I have, basically I could move around. I went to a lot of events. I just had a great time and enjoyed myself. But I also started to realize a couple of different things. The individuals that I did start to meet in my life were very successful individuals. And everybody just didn't seem to be happy. They seemed to be a little bit stressed out. They seemed to, basically just not enjoy the successes that they have. Don't get me wrong. I think when you get to a certain level in your career, you have more responsibilities. But on the flip side, I just didn't see people enjoying their life. So for me, I really wanted to enjoy my life, and I really live by the motto of, I just want to have a great quality of life. So that was one reason why I decided to kind of move out of the United States. So first, for me, I'm a historian. I love history. I love reading about history. And I started to realize that one, historically, the United States has been in existence for some time. I see things changing and modifying, and that kind of opened the doors a little bit for me to do more research and just start to look at exactly what's in my face. And one, just the presidency issue kind of made me a little bit skeptical about the direction of the United States. Then I just started seeing individuals outside of the United States, how they viewed the U.S. and I didn't feel really comfortable about how they viewed America from the outside, and that just showed me a vulnerability or availability that the United States didn't know that exist. And I start to see other countries really working together with other countries, not really trying to work with the US. So that was another issue that I just kind of saw coming, and I was like, that's a little bit different. But overall, for me, it's the quality of life issue. What do I mean by quality of life? Well, that varies and that's based on each individual. But for me, I just wanted to enjoy my days and my life, and I tell people all the time, something simple as while I travel, we just have breakfast in the morning. Just simple thing as having breakfast. Culturally, we have breakfast. We just have tea, coffee time. We sit down and just have a coffee, some chocolate, and just sit outside and enjoy the day. And I think that that's something that you don't do in the United States because you're so used to the hustle and bustle and feeling as you have to be a part of this movement. And I think that that is being part of this movement. And I think that's one thing that people miss out on. Even if you do start to get the money and the success, it's so much drama and so much just things mixed in the pot that you really don't get a chance to enjoy your life as much as you want to. I believe that's my opinion. So that's another reason why I decided to leave the United States. Honestly, the whole racism thing has just been over the top for me. Just kids getting killed in the middle of the street. Don't get me wrong, every country has its issues and problems. But I feel like for it to be a first world country, I just don't see it. It seems very, very idiotic to me. I don't want to look over my shoulder every day, having to look back, and every time I see a police officer, I got to freeze up and everything like that. I'm past that in my life, and I feel like if I have to do that. I just don't want to do that there. I don't want to do that, period. That's another thing. But I also feel like, the world is a beautiful place. And I think that when people start to travel a little bit more and see the places that are out there and how people live and how people are enjoying their life and the beautiful world that awaits, they would change their mind about staying in the United States long term. So for me, I've traveled a little bit and I've seen great places, and I'm like, you know what, I prefer to live here. Let me test this out, and that's really what I'm doing right now. On the whole expat side of it, there's a lot of expats around the world. There is a expat survey that you might want to check out. Basically, it highlights all of the countries, from the good for business, good for economy, good for just quality of life, health insurance, all of those things. So if I find that, I'll put that up there for you guys. But being an expat, it's an amazing experience. I have the option and choice to kind of decide what countries I want to travel to, and I'm doing that right now. Currently, I'm in Germany right now. I'll be here for the next couple of weeks, and then I'm heading to Johannesburg, South Africa. So I'll let you know how that goes. But if you have the option to do this, I would do it. I tell people all the time, it's a great experience. And if you don't like it, you can always go back to the United States if you don't like it. But even if you have kids, even if you have, a wife, kids, family, and everything like that, I really, really believe that it'd be very, very vital to pick them up and to move if you can, to another country and have them go to school there and you learn some new things. It's an amazing eye-opening experience. Um, how to do it. I mean, there's so many, if you're interested in becoming an expat or living abroad, there's so many programs and so many different organizations that help you do that. If you're single and you can do this and you can just get up to go, there's a company called Remote Year. I would look into that because Remote Year kind of travels you all around the world for a year. And I think it's a really, really good vibe because you get an opportunity to see where you might want to come back to and stay and live. But you do live in these countries for like a month. So I think you choose 12 countries, or they pick 12 countries for you. You stay each month and then you go to the next country. But everything is included, like the flight, hotel, and all. A flight, Airbnb, or apartments are all included. So basically, guys, I don't want to keep you long. That's just some of the reasons why I decided to leave the United States. I can go deeper into it, but I really, really, not trying to get too political with you guys. I'm really trying to keep the energy going. So, thank you so much, and I hope I answered your questions. Again, if you have questions, leave them down at the comment box. I'm more than happy to answer them, and see you on the road.